And at night, Madonna took her demo tape to Manhattan hotspots like Danceteria, where she tried to convince the trend-setting DJs to play it.
Well, the first night I said no, I wanted to listen to it first, which is always good policy because you never know what someone's giving you. And I brought it home that night and listened to it. And the second night, I threw it right on and got an amazing response. As it turned out, it was just another one of Madonna's great pop songs. You know, she writes nursery rhymes for 5-year-olds to grandmothers.
Kamens proposed a partnership. If he got her a record deal, Madonna would let him produce her first album. Madonna accepted. Kamens got the tape to Warner Brothers, and eventually into the hospital room of Seymour Stein, the president of Warner Distributed Sire Records, who was recovering from heart surgery.
I was just vegetating there. When I heard the tape, it was a song called Everybody, just a very rough mix of it, and I was so excited by it, perhaps partly because of my days in confinement or whatever, that I summoned them both to come to the hospital, and I wanted to, to sign her right then and there.
When Stein met Madonna, he was quickly convinced she had what it took to be a star.
I think if I was laying in a coffin but had my hand sticking out and could sign my name, I think that was all right with her. She really was very, very, very anxious to get her career going. She had, she just believed in herself that much.
Sire Records signed a contract for 2 12-inch singles. Assigned to the dance division, Madonna got a $5,000 advance plus royalties and $1,000 for every song she wrote. Mark Kamens produced the single of Everybody, which soon proved Stein's hunch correct as it climbed to #1 on the dance charts. The record company then sent Madonna on the road to polish her act. And in off hours, she began building what was to become a formidable knowledge of the record business.
Found out the dance promotion man was Bobby Shaw, a very talented guy who takes records around to the dance clubs. He used to have meetings in his office every Friday afternoon, invite the DJs. Madonna would sit in, listen to these records, find out the people who made the hits on the dance floors in New York, became friends with them, and utilized the expertise she got from them.
Madonna's second single, featuring the songs Burning Up and Physical Attraction, again yielded excellent results. By then, Warner Brothers was ready to greenlight her first album, to be called simply Madonna. It was now time to find a new manager, and as usual, she set her sights on the top, focusing on megastar Michael Jackson's manager, Freddie DeMann. She actually auditioned for him, but right before Madonna was to sign, DeMann had a falling out with Jackson.
I was afraid she might be upset about it, and she wasn't. Quite to the contrary. She said, listen, now he's free to devote all his time to me. And she actually meant it, even though Freddie had other artists at the time. But that's Madonna.
The Madonna album was released in July 1983 and boasted an impressive repertoire of songs that were lighthearted and dance-oriented. It yielded the first of what would become a record-breaking 16 consecutive top 5 singles. Music videos from the album for the first time exposed viewers to Madonna's look, including her top-knotted hair, crucifix earrings, and t-shirt ripped to show off her belly button. Across the country, new fans were captured by Madonna's simple sexiness.
She stood out, I mean, especially in a category, in a field of music, where a lot of records had become, they were hit records, but very few hit artists.
But her appearance rubbed some people the wrong way and exposed Madonna to her first taste of real controversy. Many felt her use of crucifixes was sacrilegious, but for others, the crosses became part of a growing Madonna fashion craze.
I don't think that the crucifixes were an attempt to seek out controversy. I think that they have meaning for her, religious significance and mystic significance, and they're a talisman for her. Madonna's a very religious person in her own way.
Young girls, soon labeled wannabes, began imitating Madonna's look, from the crosses to the Ray-Bans. Department stores devoted entire sections to the ragtag clothing Madonna made famous. Some in the press called Madonna and her look trashy. Many parents were dismayed to find their daughters wearing what appeared to be underwear in public.
Underwear as your outerwear is only there to titillate men. And believe me, some sicko seeing a 14-year-old girl walking down the street in nothing but a lacy bra is not going to stop and say, excuse me, Before I grab you, can I talk about what statements you're trying to make?
Madonna was unrepentant, refining her look and sound in her second album, Like a Virgin, released in November 1984. Director Mary Lambert would take Madonna to Venice to shoot the title video.
We had a great time shooting it. It was really fun. We went to Venice, and we had to have a line, so we had a line shipped up from Rome, and the line master was really worried when he saw the crew, because he said if anyone had their period, the line would eat them. And everyone was a woman on the whole thing. So I promised him, not a chance.
By early 1985, the Like a Virgin album had sold 3.5 million copies in just 3 months. Madonna and her album received an extra boost with the release of Desperately Seeking Susan. The comedy about a housewife and a street urchin was Madonna's first acting role in a real film.
It was originally supposed to be a star vehicle for Rosanna Arquette, and here Madonna, as the accessory character, ends up stealing the entire show. She brought to that role the Madonna that everyone fell in love with, that streetwise, wisecracking, don't get in my way or I'll walk over you type of street girl. And this was exactly what the role in Desperately Seeking Susan was.
Director and crew were pleasantly surprised at Madonna's businesslike professionalism on the set. As for co-star Arquette, publicly she posed for pictures and professed to be best friends with Madonna. But privately, she was reportedly furious that her intended star vehicle had been hijacked. While Madonna had learned to weather controversy, she was unprepared for the firestorm of publicity in 1985 when Playboy and Penthouse both rushed to the stands with nude photos dating from her struggling days in New York. Publicly, she shrugged, but privately, she worried.
We had watched Penthouse magazine the year before destroy Vanessa Williams' Miss America reign. Now Penthouse was poised again to ruin Madonna's career. Instead of ruining Madonna's career, it was like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It made her bigger and bigger. And I think she realized right then and there she was indestructible.
Indeed, the controversy further fueled Madonna mania. By the time Warner Brothers sent her out on her first concert tour to promote Like a Virgin, she was well on her way to the superstardom she had always dreamed about.
She is your angel this morning. Madonna on Kiss.
By the end of 1985, Madonna's albums were selling at the breathtaking rate of over 80,000 a day. Unknown just 2 years before, she was now the undisputed queen of pop music.
And she's new and she's 85. She's it now.
She's gorgeous, she can dance, she can do everything. Sexy.
It's like having the new toy in town. Everyone wants the Cabbage Patch doll at one Christmas and so forth, and she's the Cabbage Patch doll this year.
At first, much of the press treated Madonna as a mere flash in the pan. Critics felt the other new pop music party girl, Cyndi Lauper, had the real staying power. History, of course, would prove them wrong.
I want longevity as a human being. I want it to last forever.
Time magazine would give the artist a bit of immortality, putting her on the cover as her highly publicized and successful Like a Virgin tour began. Her show at Radio City Music Hall sold out in a record 34 minutes. One of the songs featured on the tour, Material Girl, was also out on video, featuring Madonna in a send-up of Marilyn Monroe. She was paying homage to a role model.
I didn't know her personally, but I admire her. She's an idol.
You want to be as big a movie star as she was? Is that important?
Yeah.
While on the set of the Material Girl video, Madonna noticed a young man staring at her. Actor Sean Penn was one of a youthful group of stars who had come to be known as the Brat Pack. Intense, moody, with a reputation for drinking, jealousy, and violence, the intensely private Penn may have seemed an odd choice for the outgoing Madonna. They started dating and soon were engaged.
Well, opposites attract.
The date of the wedding was kept secret, but because it was held outdoors on a hilltop in Malibu, there was no shortage of airborne press coverage, nor speculation that media-savvy Madonna had planned it that way.
Here was Sean Penn running around with a gun before the wedding, shooting at the helicopters. Here were the helicopters buzzing the wedding party. All the press outside the house. I mean, it was really the ultimate press release.
What better way to get on the cover of Time magazine and People and Life and every other magazine. It's all calculated. Marketing genius, no question about that.
Genius or no, at age 26, she had superstar status in the music world, a hit movie, and had just married the man she loved. For once it appeared the material girl might have everything she wanted.